Today on In the Herd, we are able to give Bison fans an inside look at a special community dinner that Bucknell student athletes coordinated on Tuesday night in an effort to tackle a very tough subject. Katie Price of the volleyball team, Ryan Frazier from men's basketball, and Amanda Fazio of softball formulated the event to focus on cultural competency and inclusion on campus, but specifically in the student-athlete community.
I hope you're excited to be here. We're so excited to have you all here. I think we have like 172 people, with a bunch of people who didn't RSVP either, and from what Maisha was telling us, it's the biggest community dinner we've had, so thank you so much for coming. The format for this evening includes a combination of videos, exercises, and table discussions. We will begin by doing an exercise about privilege. Then we will discuss multiple components of racial discrimination. We will conclude with an exercise on gender and sexuality.
Price says that the idea for this event was born out of a solidarity ceremony held on campus about a year ago. She says that she and Fazio spoke with Senior Associate Director of Athletics and Senior Woman Administrator Maisha Kelly about spreading the word of inclusion by way of this community dinner.
I had such great conversation at my table. I felt like having the facilitators well trained and having been prepared with the materials, they were hopefully able to cover up for some of the silent and uncomfortable times, but the most important thing about this is just to continue the conversation, and this was one additional outlet for students, faculty, staff, and Bucknell community members to just gather and at least talk and exchange ideas. So I think it was a big success.
Fazio says that she is hopeful the dinner will open the floodgate to people talking about this subject all across campus.
These topics are hard to talk about, and it's not a surprise, it's not unknown, and I think that's why they don't get talked about enough, is because we're scared to have these conversations, we're scared of saying the wrong thing, and I think once you start talking, you realize that it's hard at first, but the more you talk, the better it gets, and I think that's hopefully what we were able to accomplish tonight, and hopefully what we can take moving forward.
Frazier says that it's not a surprise that athletics would take the lead role in starting this discussion on campus.
As a basketball player, as an athlete, you're working on teams constantly, and teams are a combination of people that are very different from one another. And when you're on this team, to reach that objective that everyone has, you have to be able to respect the differences on your team, acknowledge them, accept them, and work with them to make your team as good as possible.
Fazio, Frazier, and Price each agree that now that this topic has been broached, more and more progress will be made each year at Bucknell to make campus much more inclusive.